Hello everyone, this is Sagar from Network Journey. So, do you see the screen?
Yeah,
Hello.
Sagar. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. So I guess Sangeeta madam is over in the meeting. So, madam, do you hear me?
Hello, Sagar. Am I audible to
Yes.
you?
Yeah, yeah, fine. Okay. So, guys, this is Sangeeta madam, and she is your trainer for CCNA. So let me just tell you that this is a CCNA module, and you get the ASA firewall course along with it. So it's a 2 month of a program. Okay, so one to 1.5 month for CCNA and 2 to 3 weeks for ASA firewall. So madam will go through across this presentation. Madam will show you all the CCNA modules, the lab topology, as well as what are the topics that would be covered under ASA firewall. Okay. So, ma'am, I'll just hand it over to you. You just take it forward. Okay. Thanks. Thank you, guys.
Thank you, Sagar, so much. Hello, everyone. I am Sangeeta. Let me give you a brief introduction about myself. I was working as a network engineer in a renowned company like Nokia and Infosys, and currently, since last 10 years, I've been working like as a trainer, as a corporate trainer for different companies. I train their employees. So I've been into this networking field for around about 10 to 12 years. So I know what is in and out of this and what are the changes we have seen now going across with the new certification coming up. So yes, this is about myself, and I will be briefing you out today with the topics what the new CCNA 200-301 exam has, and defiable topics which we are going to include in this course. So if I can get to know who all are there with me today in the meet, so that we can I can understand like what are your expectations from this course, and like what you people are doing in this in the field of networking, and how the course interests you, like why you feel that this course is important for you. So may I know who all are there? Hello, guys, kindly unmute yourself.
Okay.
Hello,
Uh,
Clifford.
Hello.
Hello,
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah, Clifford. This is Clifford.
yeah.
Uh, uh, my name is Clifford. I'm a Ghanaian living in the United States, and I used to be a police officer, a
Mm-hmm.
detective. I had uh, I had basic training in Cisco networking back in my country, but I did not sit for the examination.
Mm-hmm.
So the reason why I joined this course is basically to refresh my mind and about the new additions to this course. So that's why I'm here.
All right, all right, all right. That's nice to hear. Uh, Anybody else who would want to share their own experience and knowledge, like what do you feel that your expectation from this course, and so that we can have a good interaction. Hello, am I audible to everyone? Yeah, guys. Before I proceed with the what is this course about, and what we are going to do in this course, it's just an understanding that I would want to know your, so that I know that what is your expectation, so we can have that kind of changes in our settings to adapt according to your way of the kind of knowledge you already have, so that things doesn't go boring. Anybody else who would want to share their experience? So should we go ahead with the topics, what is there in the presentation today? Are we all ready for that? I don't see any energy, guys. Show me some kind of, hello. Okay. So let me just brief you about what is the agenda of the day or what we are going to cover in this course. Okay. So let's start with that. Just give me a minute. Okay. Guys, is my slide visible?
Yes.
Okay. So the agenda of today is to know that who we are first and foremost as our institute, as an organization, since we are going to conduct this course. So we just would like to brief about ourselves and who can do this course. That's very important to know because most of the time we underestimate ourselves, maybe because we feel that we are not eligible or we are not that confident to do that course. So we will understand who all can do these courses, what are the prerequisites for the courses, and what we are going to learn in the course. And yes, very obvious thing which we all would want to know, that if I complete this course, what kind of job profiles I will be means my I would be able to opt for. So that is a very important thing, I guess, for all of us to understand. I am unable to hear the audio. Hello, am I audible to everyone, guys?
Yes.
I guess Yamini and Anistan has some issue with the, yeah, is it audible enough?
Yeah.
Okay, okay, fine. So we'll be going through the job profiles, what kind of job profiles are suitable once you are done with this course, okay? And why you should enroll this course specifically with us. That is something which is very interesting to know about. So first and foremost, we'll start with a brief introduction about the institute, about our institute network journey, since we are all here there to understand what we are offering. Okay.
Voice
So we
break.
are, yeah, yeah. Is the slide visible now? I guess there was some issue with my at my end with my laptop, but now I guess it's
Yeah,
fine.
it's visible. Yeah.
Yes, yes. So basically, we all are a team of young, experienced working professionals who already know the in and out about networking industry, and we are now giving the industrial training to the following courses which we are offering at our end is starting from CCNA to Cisco DaveNet, CCNP, CCI, firewalls, SD-WAN, Python programming, network automation, Linux, and then the cloud, AWS and Azure. So these are the courses which are basically currently in trend with the industry. As we all know that Cisco has upgraded their courses since last Feb to 2020. So as it has already collapsed some kind of specialization which was there before, and now since things are working towards automation, towards programmability, so it has modified most of its courses and it has brought some new courses. So there is always a dilemma that from where should we start. Basically there is so much of there in the plate that we ourselves we don't understand from where we should go about, and whether this course is good for me or no, or whether I am fit for it or no, or that is how we see, or we just follow the people, okay, if there are certain group of people who are doing this course, so let me also try it out and just check whether this is good for me or no. CCNA is a very, very basic and a very important foundational course for all the courses which you will take it at your future, in your future. Whether you do CCNP in your future or you take up network automation, since there is a kind of a buzz around that we are going towards software defined networking, we are going towards a software defined WAN, SD-WAN, SD access, software defined network automation, Python programming. So there is a lot of things which are coming up in the form of software or in the form of programming, but there is nothing to worry about, because if you don't know the basic of how the things were, like the basic configuration, whatever we were doing before, so those things, though we are going to program it, but then we should know how we were doing it before, so that we will be able to program it. So things are just not like that now that CCNA has gone very older, or it is of not much important. Now I can just should try with something more like trendy, but it's very obvious coming from the fact that if I have to do automation, if I have to learn automation, I should know some basic concepts related to networking first. Or even if I'm learning cloud concepts, then I should know first what is networking. Most of the time, people understand that, okay, let's go and directly learn cloud, though we don't require any prerequisite for that. But it's very important to know the foundational concepts related to networking. So these are the courses which we offer at our end. And since I'm already discussing about CCNA, so I will be briefing you more about the CCNA course and the firewall course, which is coming as a package along with the CCNA. Moving forward, so I guess up to this, I'm clear about what we are and who we are and what we are doing. Next is learning about who this
Who
course
is
is.
that?
Yeah. Hello, am I audible now? See, we all are connected again with the networking. So this is the basic communication point where if the network is good, you can hear me good, right? Yes or no? So again, this is like a connecting medium for all of us. So who this course is for? It is for all the college students who are undergraduates or postgraduates, for the freshers who have just completed their graduates like diploma, BCom, engineering, BSc BCA, even for the experienced graduates, because since the course curriculum has entirely changed, I can say 20-30% was very much common, which we had learned before, maybe 10 years back. It was so in that way. But again, things have now changed. So we need to get upgraded with that. Again, academic professionals who are there, anyone who wants to attain the certification, and anyone who just wants to upgrade the skills or gain knowledge in networking. So this course is basically for everyone who feels that something which we should know, the way we connect to internet today, the way we handle all our social accounts, it's possible only because of networking. So I guess this is just a blessing for all of us in today's generation, that we have this, apart from food, shelter, and the other things. This is a very important parameter or important resource which we should have it. So it's important for us to understand how it works, how things are working for us. Okay, so I guess if it fantasizes you to understand how things are working at the back end, or if I'm just trying to connect to a browser or a server, how things are going at the back end, if that excites you, then you are at the right place to learn about this course. Okay, so this is who this course is for everyone who just wants to know about networking. Proceeding further, any prerequisite for learning this course, ma'am? So yes, a very basic prerequisite which I expect from most of my students is the desire to learn. If you have the desire to learn to do something, then I guess you can learn anything there is no such that you require a lot of prerequisites you need to know, which normally when we were studying in our college days or something like that, we were given a big list of prerequisites. You should know this, that to go ahead with something else. So a desire to learn and the basic knowledge of computers, if you just know how to, operate your computer, basic understanding of computers, which we, I guess nowadays everyone has that thing, since we operate a good kind of high-end devices which we are able to use these days. So this is something which is very basic I'm talking about. So the desire to learn is the only thing I expect from most of my students when they want to join this course or to learn this course. Are things going good so far, guys?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. So that's great. So I would like to hear a lot of things from you. So you can unmute yourself and you can discuss. This is just an introductory course today. So it would be better if we can exchange our ideas, our experiences, so that we all can grow and learn together, right? So these were the prerequisites. Now what we are going to learn in the course. Now this is a very important thing which we are going to discuss. I will be showing you the blueprint of the CISCO CCNA 200-301 exam, so that you get an idea about what topics are there in the course. As well as I'll be discussing about the firewall topics which we are going to take account along with the CCNA course. So just let me share the blueprint with you all. Okay. Is the slide or is the content visible PDF? Yes, guys?
Yes.
All
Yes.
right. Okay, great. So we can see that in the CISCO 200-301 exam, which is a 120-minute exam. Okay, so what all topics you will be examining, or which topics you should know is of higher weightage. First, we'll be starting with network fundamentals. So network fundamentals will cover all the basic architecture, how the network topology looks like, 2-tier, 3-tier, spine leaf architecture, as well as the devices and or the components, their functioning. Okay, we are going to know all, we are going to understand all these things. I'll be discussing about whether we'll be providing the practice question and all just a bit later. So if you can just wait for some time. So we'll be learning about the network components, their roles and functions, the devices, architecture, and then the basic OSI model, TCP, UDP, IPv4 addressing. I guess this was something which was very common. Now, like we all know that this was very common. Maybe if you are doing this course for the first time, maybe you may have not heard this terms before, but those who have already working must be knowing this common topics or what I am discussing right now. Okay, so cables, which kind of cables exist, the kind of media or the kind of media we have, then the IP addressing, the version 4 and the version we have the version 4 IP addressing, also the version 6 IP addressing, the subnetting concepts, and then virtualization fundamentals, MAC addressing. So this first topic, network fundamentals, which carries 20% weightage, it's the very core part of networking. Like irrespective of whether you now go for the expert level study or the professional level of courses like we have CCNP or CCIE, this is something which is expected to be very core concept which we should know to move ahead with any of the topic or any of the course we want to do in future. So this network fundamentals is the foundation part or the foundational topic of the CCNA. Then we have network access, that is VLAN configuration, the trunking, inter-VLAN communication, Ether channel, okay, the basic working of spanning tree protocol. So this is still common again, which was there in the older CCNA also. So maybe something different you will find in the next modules. So STP, Cisco Discovery Protocols, the wireless access protocols, Telnet, SSH. Okay, so this was again something very common before. And IP connectivity, which is the where the routing protocols come into picture, your OSPF, EIGRP, and their parameters like administrative distance, their routing protocol metrics, configuration of the OSPF, the first hop redundancy protocols like your HSRP. All this comes inside your IP connectivity. So it has a very good weightage of 25%. So that's a very good amount of questions can be expected from this topic. And then we have IP services like your NATing, PATing, DHCP, DNS, SNMP. All these topics are there, which has 10% of weightage into this. And the new topics which we see here in the CCNA 200-301 is your security fundamentals, okay, the VPNs, the access list, the device access controls, and the automation and programmability. So making you a perfect overall, like giving you a perfect blend of the security, the automation, the IP services, the IP connectivity, and the networking fundamentals. So this was something which Cisco thought of, that it was long about where people were learning specialization courses related to CCNA, and so it was very important to upgrade. So Cisco has modified and redefined their own courses. So this gives you an overall blend of everything to then decide which particular specialization you can go ahead with, or you can choose accordingly. So we are going to discuss all these topics in details. We are going to have a good labs, practical hands-on related to some of the topics like the important configurations, which is generally considered CCNA to be a very theoretical or conceptual, but we'll make it more interactive, more practical for you to understand by, giving you certain kind of issues, some problems, some assignments. So this way, the entire module which Cisco has given will be given or taught in a very practical manner. If anyone has any doubt in this, we can discuss. Yes, guys, you can unmute yourself and you can ask me any questions or queries you have in this specific any specific things which you feel like asking.
Yeah, so I have a question. What is your plan to make this more practical in real world? Are you talking about doing simulations during the classroom?
Yes,
And
I will. Yeah. We will be doing simulations like in first and foremost, we will be starting with the basic Cisco packet tracer simulations for the freshers or for the students who are doing it for the first time, as well as we have labs. Remote server access will be given on the labs, where you will get the actual feel of configuring a real router or a real switch. So a basic, like whatever we are going to do, you will be able to apply in a real time scenario, like real time scenario if you're working anywhere. So you will be able to understand or feel the same that you are configuring on the device itself. So in firstly, we will be doing with packet tracer files so that you get comfortable with those devices which are already there. It's like a simulation environment in first we'll be working with, and then we also will be giving you the lab access, remote access, through which you can I'll be asking you to do some configuration on a specific device or troubleshoot a specific device and check what errors you're getting, the way we normally work in an industry where we get some kind of ticket problems where to resolve the issues. So that way we will try to create some kind of assignments for you to, as a challenge problems maybe you can think of, to solve it.
okay, thank you. And you'll be going through deep dive like packet capture with Wireshark to
Yes,
solidify concepts. Okay.
yes.
Yes, and I missed the first 5 minutes. Can you please, if you already mentioned this, can you please provide high-level summary of your background and experience, please?
Sorry, I didn't get you.
Yeah, I missed the first 5 minutes of this class.
All
But
right.
can you, is it possible for you to provide us with your background and experience?
Yeah, sure. With my background and experience you're talking about?
Yes.
Yes. I have worked as a network engineer for 3 to 4 years in a renowned company like Nokia, and I have 10 plus year experience as a corporate trainer for teaching the courses related to CCNA and then programmability, what I talked about Python programming. So I train the corporate employees over there. So this is like my full-time work now as a trainer. I work full-time like a trainer now.
Okay, so you do Python programming too?
Yeah. Because ultimately now, since we everything is being defined into software, things are moving up in automation. We have to get into the scripting things. So programming has to be there, but with the foundational knowledge. If I know how to configure a router or a switch in general, the way we used to do maybe 10 years before, or we are doing it currently, even manual configuration at some extent, to some extent. So if I know first how the configuration was done, then it becomes easier for me to make you understand like how to use the Python syntax or the programming to, just write your own commands, what we write in the CLI, command line interface. If you know the commands, then it is easier for me to, just get the transition from your actual command line interface where we used to do the manual configuration, and then how to use now the programming skills, or how to get that programming syntax and then incorporate your actual networking foundation over there also.
Okay, and so you passed the latest certification on this new CCNA, or do you have the old CCIE?
Old CCI.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. Okay. Any other questions, guys? Any other queries you have related to the topic like CCNA, this Cisco 200-301? Should we move ahead with the next then?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. So let's go ahead then. Okay. So what are the job profiles will be available after doing this course? Okay. That is something very much we all are interested to know. Like if I do this course, then what I will be able to do after that. I guess that's very important for us to know that. So what kind of job profiles I get, and how trendy is CCNA still? Is it trendy, or is it worth to do or no? Those kind of questions which comes in our mind. So the job profiles, what we find here, like we can get as a network engineer or a network support engineer at L1, L2, L3, or as a trainee engineer, entry level engineer, field network engineer. So these are the job profiles which we normally get. And if you would just go and try to search in your any job portals where you normally search for, like we go for naukri.com, or we just want to, I was just searching before we were starting. I just was looking into some of the trends, like how much percentage growth we see in the jobs, in if anyone has just a CCNA level of certification. So I just found from this some of the resources, like it was mentioned maybe 8% of growth is there by 2024. Means just for you to be more realistic in terms of what we are doing. So I just found this thing very interesting, where it was mentioned that okay, so there is a 8% rate of growth until 2024. So certifications like CCNA, now though we know that CCNA was initially a mandatory course before doing CCNP, it was mandatory to have a CCNA certification. And from this revised Cisco exams, it was understood now that we can also go for CCNP directly if we have the required CCNA knowledge. So this is the terms and conditions that though they say that you can go for CCNP certifications directly, but there is a hidden thing which we have to understand, that though we don't have a CCNA certification at that moment, but it is mandatory to have the foundational knowledge to move towards the professional courses. So this has been the mandatory thing which we have to learn. Also, if I just go and search for CCNA jobs, just to get an idea what we are doing, what kind of prerequisites are required, or whether the freshers can do. So I'll just go and check out for maybe in the last 15 days or last one month, what kind of course, what kind of job profiles was hired. So let me, if I just select this, the freshness, like let's say last 15 days, I want to check what kind of job availabilities were there. And I can also select the experience what we are holding currently. Maybe I am just a fresher with no experience, or I'm holding a 5 years of experience. So what are the roles you can you can see a minimum of CCNA is required. And then again, CCNA is one of the key skill where people are looking for network support engineers or network engineer at L2 level. So CCNA and is the basic thing, I guess, the key skill required for any kind of networking you want to get into. L1, L2, L3, network engineer, administrator, support technicians, anything, network architect. So anything where you want to go about, even if you're moving towards cloud, I guess networking is the basic thing. Now this is where I can select any of the regions and I can check what kind of jobs are available. So there are plenty of jobs, in short, if you have a basic knowledge of CCNA. At the most, CCNA, if you have the knowledge of that. And then the salary expectations, it's very obvious, it grows with your experience. At the very start, you may not expect a very wow salary, but I guess if you are taking the opportunities which are being presented by the various high-tech companies who have their off-campus track or their on-campus track through various competitions, then maybe you can also land up there. Like Cisco also have their own off-campus placement drive, which they normally do for the graduates who are normally passing in the current year or maybe previous last 3-4 years. So if you take opportunity for uh, you know giving or attempting those competitions, or going through those competitions, then again you can land up into a very good company which offers very good package. So package or salary is basically proportional to the kind of depth you have to the depth of knowledge you have, as well as the experience you have. So I may not discuss this very I will not be able to tell you very frankly what kind of salary you will be expecting at your with respect to your background, but it is like you can go and check out according to your experience and the knowledge which you have it. I guess salary comes according to it. So the profiles are available, the jobs are there with CCNA. So it's no more going to be like CCNA has been doomed. So this thing, job profiles are very clear, I guess. If you can go also check for fresher. Anyone who is a fresher to this job or this course for the first time have heard about CCNA? Anyone over here who is just doing it for the first time or have come across this course for the first time? I would like to know if anyone. Okay, so means more or less people over here have heard about CCNA. All right, that's good. That's good. Very nice. Uh, so with the job profiles, I guess all of you are clear about this. So what kind of job profiles we can look after? Maybe after CCNA, you can go with the firewall concepts, with the cloud concepts. You can choose Cisco DaveNet also. So means once you do this course, you have a lot of plethora of courses available for choosing, because that would be fundamental. Though people would say that okay, you want to learn cloud, that's fine, there is no prerequisite, but there is a prerequisite when they will talk in terms of L2 L1, in terms of IP addressing, and you as a fresher who doesn't know about it and you directly feel like doing cloud, then you will face a lot of challenges there. So there are some hidden things which people generally don't mention, but I've been very frank that if you want to do those courses, then please make sure that you have the basic fundamental knowledge. So why you should enroll this course with us? I would like to have a lot of interactive sessions to know what you already know and what I can give you more. So interactive sessions is a very key plus point I feel in the course which we'll be doing it. Practical hands-on lab. So we are not just going to do blah, blah, blah. We are also going to do something with our keyboards, with our with our hands. We are going to do some sort of configurations. Okay. We are going to pick the device, place the device, and try to configure it, try to learn what if I don't configure it in a specific fashion, what will happen. So everything practical will be covered. Okay. Most of the topics, if I say that there is something which is theoretical, I will show you how it works in the practical manner. Assessment in the form of quizzes and assignments. This thing is generally lacked in most of the other courses which people offer in the market, because just teaching you or training you for a specific course and not assessing you, okay, doesn't give a good idea of whether you have understood what we have taught. And even to build your confidence when you will go for your interviews, okay, it will be very easy for you to give examples that you have configured such a topology with the packet tracer or with the remote access server. So the confidence will come automatically when you will be giving these assignments, okay, when you will be attempting those quizzes, okay, so automatically it will come. So assessment is again a key component of our course. Lifetime access to the class recordings, notes, the packet tracer files, lab files. So this will be hosted on a cloud, and you will be given lifetime access to all the recordings, to all the notes which we will be presenting. Guidance for resume building. This is a very, very important part, because you know everything, but if you don't know how to present, okay, then it is going to be really difficult, because the resume is something where you sell yourself, right? So building your a good resume with highlighting your all skills, highlighting the topics of those courses that you know this, so that that becomes easier for the employer to pick you. I'll be giving you some brief introduction to IoT, Internet of Things, since we are talking about a lot of internet and we know that things are also moving towards internet. So there are some simulations which I will show you in the Cisco Packet Tracer, how we can have a smart home, how we can have a smart campus. So everything in terms of smart. So I'll just give you some simulation. That's just an extra bonus for those attending the course, apart from the extra bonus of getting a firewall instructor-led course, which will be taught by Sagar sir. So all this comes as in a one package as a new year offer to all of you who will be enrolling for this course. So I guess this might have been excited, might have excited you about the course which we are going to learn. So it's not going to be a traditional way of just learning the theoretical concepts and attempting the quizzes. We'll have a lot of practical things, so that even if you don't certify yourself in CCNA and you in future you go for your CCNP courses or your cloud courses, you have the strong fundamental background, and you can take it very easily, those concepts, those topics in future, whichever courses you will be enrolling further. So knowledge is very important, because you will be able to go and say, even if you're going, if you have not taken up the examination, which which cost about $255 US dollars. So even if you're not taking those examination, but you say that you are being qualified, that you know this topic very well, you know in and out of CCNA, and if you can express it confidently in the interviews, I guess the getting a certification is mere a formality. So even if you just say in your resume that you're qualified or you have the key knowledge, you have the knowledge about the topics in the CCNA, and you get an opportunity to go for an interview and you are able to crack an interview, then certification just becomes a formality. You can get it maybe in a week's time or a 10 days time, since you already know about it. So expressing it confidently in interview is very, 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 very important. So that is what we are going to ensure, that you get those kind of skills to express yourself very confidently. This is a lab what I will show you. This is how it looks. So we have this offer we have this in the package itself, the 4-month free remote lab server access. So as one of you asked me that whether how are we going to have it more of practical. So it's not only the packet tracer, it is this lab server where you will be asked to go and configure on this device, to configure or troubleshoot a specific device. So we'll be giving you the problems and you are going to go and do it. And this will be giving you a hands-on, a live experience of doing a live configuration maybe on a specific device. So this is hosted on a cloud. So this will be more or less like a real-time scenario only. So don't take it very think that okay, we are doing it only on packet tracer. Packet tracer at the initial is very important because you will feel a bit of comfortable and confident over there, and then we can move on towards the lab server, which is there, which is having this topology, and we'll ask you to do some configuration here in the form of assignments and etc. So I guess you people are comfortable with this, right? So far, any doubts, any queries? Please feel free to unmute yourself and, ask.
I had a question. That your slide of the 4 months remote lab server looks really nice. It looks like you're covering everything, which is really good.
Yes.
This lab is also will cover IPv6 configuration also.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Okay. And on the right side, that's the ASA firewall. I don't know much about firewalls, but that's a lab for the ASA firewall. Is that correct?
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Oh.
Yes. Cisco firewall topics is again the topics I will be discussing in just a few minutes. So those topics will also be covered, since CCNA course which we are doing here, firewall is like a package which has been added up by Sagar. So he will be taking this topics, and that's very great that you will be learning this along with the like security comes along with the fundamentals. So that's great enough, like to have a package like this. So I guess you people are lucky enough to have this course, which basically gives a combo of both.
Okay, and there's no any specific exam for that ASA firewall, right? It's just to
Yeah.
complement a proper
Yes.
understanding of CCNA, correct?
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah. Now these are the list of labs which I'll be taking up. So just given the names of few, we have a basic Cisco packet tracer overview. I'll give it to those who are new or those who are old, just an overview of a packet tracer, the device modes, the access control, the virtual LAN configuration, the L2 discovery protocols, spanning tree protocols, IPv4, v6 addressing, the concept subnetting. So this will be applying even when we will be designing networks. The routing protocols, access list, all these things will be then in the lab also. Okay. So I guess this will be the list of labs which I will be taking, and these are the firewall topics, okay, which Sagar will be taking. So related to lab creation on GNS3, which is an emulator, network emulator, and Cisco Packet Tracer is a simulator, since we are just going to drag and drop the devices and configure there. We don't have much of control on Packet Tracer, but with GNS3, you will be able to do a lot of things. So you can set up your own GNS3 and design your own topology and then experiment things over there. So GNS3, the ASA fundamentals, again the NAT access list, VPN concepts, NTP. These all topics will be covered in the ASA firewall, Cisco. And yeah, and for pricing or of the courses, you can contact Sagar and Abdul. Our backend team people are also there. So you can write your any kind of queries or doubts you have related to pricing or anything. You can directly contact them. They will be there for you to guide. Okay. So apart from this, if anyone has to ask anything, I'll show you one Cisco Packet Tracer, how it looks like. You can also download there. I'll show you how to download also. I'll give you step-by-step procedure of how to do things. So this is how it looks like. Just to show you the interface where we have real time, we have simulation mode in the Packet Tracer. And then all the devices, what you see over here, the network components, the routers, switches, the end devices, the connections, even the IoT devices are also there into the new Packet Tracer simulation things. So all these things we are going to go through it properly, each and everything. What does it mean? How to connect? How to build a topology? How to run it? And how to see how the packets are traveling layer by layer. We are going to understand each and everything. This is just how it looks, the Cisco Packet Tracer. So I'll show you how to download it once we start with the course. Okay, so as you all already must be knowing that the first 5 days are free, and the topics accordingly, we will be starting with the basic OSI model, or how the layered approach is being taken care, or how L1, L2, L3 layers, what are their functions, which protocols are working on those functions, on those layers. So we'll be starting with the basic fundamentals. So in the first 5 days, I'll be going accordingly with the basic fundamentals, concepts, and a little less of labs. Labs will be covered in not in more detail in the first 5 days, because we expect more students to join by then. So if anyone have any queries, you can let me know.
Sagar just confirmed, in the chat room that, he will provide, a break, because we have another class with Sagar for Amazon Cloud Service and Linux, so there'll be 1 hour break. So this class might be only an hour and a half, I think.
Yeah.
And then just curious, for the holidays, for Christmas, between December 24th to January 2nd, are there going to be any classes?
I guess we'll decide on that. We'll be discussing like in our team how to go about with the courses during those time. So that will be conveyed to you all accordingly.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. Ideally, the class timings are being kept from 6:30 to 8:30. So, but we will have flexibility in it. The 2 hours time is taken into consideration so that we can complete the course in a good amount of time, roughly in 1.5 or 2 months. But however, the time flexibility is being kept so that we can also have a lot of hands-on practices when you people are doing, if any one of you are getting any kind of issues. So maybe 1 hour 15 minutes or 1 hour 30 minutes, I'll be talking in terms of how to configure or how the concept is about, and then in the remaining 30 to 45 minutes we'll have a good amount of discussion and troubleshooting if anyone has any issues with their topology. So this is how the class uh, duration would be taken account.
Okay,
If
so
we,
the last 30 minutes is more like question and answers. You won't be
yes,
giving you
yes, yes.
topic, correct?
Yes, maybe
So,
in the initial 45 to 45 minutes to 1 hour 15 minutes, since I will be explaining you things how it works and how practically we can configure it, and then you can try it at your end and check out how whether you are getting comfortable with the configuring all those things or no at your end. So troubleshooting it and discussion on the concepts that we can do in the remaining 30 to 45 minutes, 30 minutes max.
okay, and if I miss that portion, I can do by myself, right? The
Yes,
homework is
yes. You would be able to do that completely by yourself, because the recordings would be also available, and you can also reach out like if any doubts or any queries you have.
okay. So I can reach out to you in the WhatsApp.
Yes, yes. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, sure. Yes, yes. So anyone else who want to talk or would like to speak in terms of any doubts or queries, or your expectations from this course? Am I going good with the pace of mine? Like, is it good, or am I going very slow?
No, this is very good pace. You're very clear, and I like it a lot. I'm looking forward to learning from you.
Thanks.
Um, After this course gets over, can I immediately sit, as long as I complete the labs, can I
Hmm.
immediately sit for my CCNA, or do I still need to do studying by myself? Uh,
You are asking me that whether you should go for an exam of CCNA or no.
yeah, yeah. Right after this course, if I do all my homework, if I understand all of your videos, can I
you
directly
can
go
you can
and take?
sit for the exam, but provided I feel like if you can like if you want to take some experience after doing a CCNA exam and go for some industry and get some experience over there, then it's obviously it's fine. But if you want to take up this course like for CCNP level, if you can go to a professional level, because since you already know CCNA, so taking few more like few much more of time to understand CCNP also, I guess that would give you a good amount of depth, since we are not going into very depth in the CCNA. It is not meant to be going to be very under like into depth, since it's an overview of most of the topics like security, programming, automation, and fundamentals. So the depth of understanding will be more in CCNP level. So if after CCNA you go through CCNP and then go for an exam of CCNP, I would recommend that mostly.
No, I was talking about going for the CCNA exam, not CCNP exam.
Any exam, yes, you will be able to do it after doing this course. That's not a doubt over there. You will be
Gotcha.
able to do it after you you just attend the course properly, attempt the quizzes what we'll be giving you. Attempting those quizzes, assignments, that will be enough for you to attempt the exam.
Okay, that's all I want to know. I'm
Yeah.
already doing CCNP with Saga. It's a great course. I just need to brush up with CCNA because I don't
Hmm.
come from a wide background. That's why.
Okay. Okay.
Hello.
So should we end the class then? Anyone has any doubt, we can take up those doubts and queries. Sagar, are you there?
Sa-
Yeah, Nandakishore, I guess you raised your hand.
yeah. I'm audible. Hello.
Yeah, you're audible enough.
Yeah. Ma'am, I just wanted to know, like, the classes on only weekdays or it's include weekend as well.
It's on weekdays.
Okay. And is there any weekend batches as well?
As of now, we have not planned for that, but it's up to the responses we get for the weekend batches. We have a minimum count for starting our weekend courses. So if
Mm-hmm.
that count is there, I guess Sagar and we can discuss accordingly. Because most of the time, people look for weekday courses, since for 1 hour, 30 minutes every day. If we give it to the course, then it's very fresh.
Yeah, that's great. That's correct. But I just wanted to know, like, because of that I asked.
Yeah, no, it's fine. Yeah.
Okay. Okay, ma'am.
I guess I'll discuss with Sagar about this if there are any like requests coming up for a weekend batches. So
Mm-hmm.
accordingly, if there is a proper batch which has been formed, then I guess we can start with that. That will be that you can also discuss with Sagar directly.
Okay, and one more question. This course is as according to CCNA exam
Hmm.
perspective or for knowledge like two kind of courses are running. Like one is for exam pass out and another one is for like knowledge and all.
See, this
So
would be
is the
more of knowledge, but ultimately, I
Mhm.
guess the exam, see, the base first priority would be given that you get the knowledge, and even if with this knowledge you go for, you for the kind of interviews you want to go, you will be able to crack those interviews. And related
Okay.
to exams, yes, it is more of theoretical, so maybe we'll be able to guide you there also, but more or less
Mhm.
first priority is to give you the knowledge.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah, anyone else?
Yeah, we can close the session. Here, Abdul is here.
Yeah, Abdul say.
And you'll be providing us with information on how to install, and
Yep.
configure and use Packet Tracer.
Yep. I will be giving you all the procedures and the steps to download and run the packet tracer and other softwares which we'll be using.
Can we use Python inside Packet Tracer?
No, that's actually not possible because when you want to run Python in the, you have to have a proper device to push your configuration. And Cisco Packet Tracer is a simulator. So it will just simulate the environment into which we are just trying to develop the topology there. So pushing a Python script into it is actually not feasible over there. Maybe we'll use GNS. We can use GNS3 there. If you want to do Python programming or run a Python, push a Python script, we can use GNS3. The only thing is GNS3 a bit heavy software, and most of the times students find it difficult at the very start. If I go with GNS3, then it is difficult for them to, since it takes a lot of RAM and a good amount of you know your PC laptop, whatever we are using, should be at least having i5 processor and a minimum of 8 GB RAM, so that you can have a smoother experience of running the configuration and everything. So initially, we don't start with JNS3. We go with the packet tracer since it's very smooth and comfortable for the students to understand the topics.
Yeah, I agree. It makes sense.
Yeah. Okay, I guess if there are no doubts or any queries, then we would end the session, and I would like to see all of you tomorrow. We'll be starting with the very basics of networking. So you would enjoy that. I really hope that today's session was good enough for you to understand what we are going to do in this entire course. So it was nice to see all of you here. Thank you so much. Sagar, are you there?
Hey, yeah. So that's all, guys. So nothing from my end. So the Zoom ID would be the same for class two as well. And yeah, so let's meet up for in the next class. Okay.
Okay. Okay.
All right, guys. So I'm just closing this session. Thanks joining everyone. Yeah. So those guys who are asking for email ID and WhatsApp detail, You can see at the bottom of every PPT on the presentation, there was an email ID and WhatsApp. So just reach out to me over on that email ID and I will let you know the next process. Okay. So or you can just take a capture of the screen, what you see right now.